Hello, thank you for coming to my video. If you would like to help my channel grow, please like and subscribe, and please click on this little bell icon so you never miss a future video. Hey guys, what's up? We just earlier got back from Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Had a lot of fun there. I want to show some of the stuff that I picked up earlier, and we'll start off with something simple. Picked up a copy of Orange Box on Xbox 360 since I didn't have the 360 version of this game. And yeah, I got the PC version. Of course, the PC version is going to be better, but not only is it compatible with Xbox One, but it also has 4K support on the Xbox One X now. So I was able to pick it up for pretty cheap, so I'm excited to play it on Xbox One now. And of course, I picked up a cheap copy of the original Xbox version of Half-Life 2, so kind of want to play this again on older hardware just to have some fun with it. Also picked up Tekken 4, got a cheap copy of this. When I played through the Tekken series, I still have to play the Tekken 7, but I went from Tekken 3 to Tekken 5. I didn't play a lot of Tekken 4, so I kind of want to play through this a little bit. And what else we got here? Got a copy of Flashback. Finally got a copy of Flashback. Didn't have the instructions though, but it's got the case. I got the Dreamcast version of this game, and I don't have the Switch version yet, just because I ended up picking up the Dreamcast version like right before the Switch version was announced. Yes, there's a Dreamcast version of this game. Not a lot of people know that, but yeah, this is definitely something that's been on my list to find for a while, and I've always passed on it because every time I come across it, it's just been overpriced. And got a brand new sealed copy of Metalhead on the 32X. So got it for about 20 bucks, and yeah, we're gonna open it. People think I'm nuts, but video games are meant to be open and played. So it still has that little, I don't know if it'll show up on camera, has that little hangy thing on it. And there we are. You see the instructions there behind it. Got it back in there. So yeah, I'm excited to play this later. This will be fun. No longer brand new. Got a GameCube controller, nothing fancy there. We got our copy of Karate Champ signed by Path to NES Punk, because my wife and I did the NES Punk Challenge last year where we played this game against each other. I'll have to find the video, maybe post a link to it or something, where basically we're like, who wants to do this next? And we'd point to each other, and then it's like, okay, you guys are both coming up here playing against each other, and then at the end he kind of made a wisecrack like, oh, I hope it didn't end the relationship, we'll see where they're at in a few years. Well, here we are, still together, married. Had to go in there and get it signed by him. He remembered us, so that was kind of cool. This was probably one of the highlights of Portland Retro Gaming Expo for me. Got to meet Tommy Tallarico. Got to get his autograph on a couple of the games he did the music for. We were part of his panel where he did video game music, and his earlier panel where he unveiled the new Intellivision system. Looks like a pretty cool system, actually. A lot of hardcore gamers are crapping on it just because they don't think it's going to compete with modern day consoles, but that's not really the point of it. I'm hoping that his panel video will drop online in a couple days or so, because he was really passionate about this system and making it like a family oriented system. Good way that I would describe it is like a retro console version of a Wii. It's kind of like trying to capture that same audience, not necessarily with motion controls, but just with simplicity and gaming as a family activity with like retro style games and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, he signed my copy of Earthworm Jim, and he also signed the cover, not the Genesis cover, but the actual sleeve to Cool Spot, which is that 7-Up game. Both great games. Better on Genesis than Super Nintendo. I'm more of a Super Nintendo fanboy, but the Genesis versions are better. What else we got down here? We got the best version of Tetris to ever come out on a Nintendo console, the Tengen version. So, had to pay a little bit of an arm and leg for this, but I'm excited to finally own this, and I'm excited to play it later. It's going to be a lot of fun. Another cool device I finally got my hands on, the GCHD. It's the HDMI adapter for the Nintendo GameCube. I got to meet the creator of it, and I'm hoping to do a video of it. I know a lot of people have done videos of this already, but I want to do my take on it. I'm more interested in how the Game Boy software is going to look on this, because that's kind of my motivation for buying this, because I normally play my GameCube games on the Wii just because it's just simpler that way, and I just enjoy keeping it all in one system. But you never know, this may have me going back the other way around. But yeah, I'm excited to play this. Might as well open up real quick. Careful not to cut my finger. And it's just this little guy right here. Plugs into the back. It doesn't actually pull anything from the analog source. It's all from digital, even the sound. I think it needs a universal remote to go to the settings menu, if I remember correctly. So I'll have to play around with it later. I still got to finish my RetroTink video because I bought a RetroTink and it arrived last week, so I'm still working on that. I got most of the footage edited, or I got most of the footage recorded. I just have to do editing on a RetroTink video. And what else we got here? Got an HDMI cable for the original Xbox by Hyperkin. And I was trying to find out, because I don't know if you're familiar with the Pound cable that also did a similar thing, but the Pound cable does not pull the audio from the digital source on the Xbox, on the original Xbox. It pulls it from the left-right analog source. So I'm hoping that this pulls the sound from the digital source. On the website description, it says HD audio. It doesn't say anything more specific than that. Hyperkin actually had a booth at Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and the people there didn't even know because they were the PR people, not the tech people. I bought this from Castlemania Games, which I bought some stuff before in the past. They were unsure, so they're kind of curious to know as well. So I'm hoping to. I'm probably going to do a video on this before I do the GameCube adapter. Also picked up Sydney Hunter and the Caverns of Death, brand new game on the Super Nintendo. So I'm excited to play this. Not a lot of new indie games on the Super Nintendo, just because it's a hard system developed for in terms of indie games. I'm predicting you're going to see a lot more indie games being developed on the Genesis before Super Nintendo. Like there's already I forget the name of it. It's like a Smash TV looking game, but I'm definitely interested in it. I want like Crisis something. But yeah, I'm excited to play this. We got a sign by the guy that made it because he was there, so that's pretty cool. A couple instruction books for Sega CD games that we already own, so some missing stuff. Haunted Halloween 85. We have the newer one, but we didn't have the first one, so we got this now on NES. Also picked up a couple PlayStation 2 consoles, like the original ones. I've been wanting to get my hands on one of these again for a while, since I've been playing majority of my PS1 and PS2 games on my backwards compatible PlayStation 3. Kind of makes it harder to play PS1 games on a CRT because that system will play it at 480i and not native 240p. So one of them I picked up was in really good cosmetic condition, $40, 2 controllers, memory card. So really happy with it, works great. The other one I picked up which was at a couple booths down. They had a stack of consoles and they were $5 a piece. They either had a little bit of cosmetic damage or some kind of non-working flaw. Like this one has like a little bend there in the case, but it's not too bad. But this one said it won't read discs, even though it powers on just fine. So I took a chance on it, picked it up for $5, took it home, plugged it in, and it plays CD media perfectly fine. PlayStation 1 games, CD music, blue PlayStation 2 games, because those are on CDs, but it doesn't play any DVD media, like just standard PlayStation 2 discs or DVD movies. And that's a common problem with these older units, because the gear that controls the laser focusing up and down will come out of place. You just got to realign it so it focuses the laser on the disc correctly. Because if I remember correctly, the PlayStation 2 was one of the first devices that used the same lens to read both CDs and DVDs. Because early DVD devices, I believe, used two different lenses, one for CDs and one for DVDs. I believe that's correct. If I'm not correct, then someone can correct me down below in the comments. But that lens would of course come out of focus, so it would read either DVDs and not CDs, or it would read CDs and not DVDs. So I've tried fixing about 6 of these in the past, and I fixed 3 of them successfully. So I'm going to try and fix this one, and even if I don't get it fixed, even if it only reads CDs, that's kind of what I want it for anyway. So it's basically a PlayStation 1 with native component output. So yeah, I mean, for $5, definitely a great buy. So another castle, which I believe is ran by Kinsey from the Metal Jesus channel, had just a killer deal on a bunch of last-gen games. So I just picked up just a bunch of stuff here. A couple of them I already have, so I couldn't remember for sure. So just a lot of doubles. Not a lot of doubles, but a few doubles, but just a lot of stuff I had holes missing. And I mean, 8 of these, they were about 4 for $10. I mean, there's even, where's it at here? A brand new sealed copy of Perfect Dark Zero, which is a horrible game, and I'm hoping to play this again and give it another chance. The rest of the games, they were a buck a piece. I mean, I thought about just buying a crap load, and then this Thanksgiving when I go back to my hometown, trading them into the game store down there, who I'm friends with the owner there. But I was tempted not to do that, or I was tempted to do that. But Perfect Dark Zero, I mean, I bought this when it had just come out, when the 360 first launched, and a little disappointed with it because I loved the original one. But I didn't play it too much, but the graphics in it had some cool graphics effects, but I wasn't like wowed by them at the time because one of my roommates and I had just built brand new, or close to brand new, top-of-the-line gaming PCs at the time, Pentium 4s, ATI X800 video card, I think it was. I mean, back then it was top of the line. This is when Doom 3, Half-Life 2, Fear, that PC era of gaming had like a really good graphics leap. So, but I mean, I still love the 360 because I played a lot of Halo 2 on it because it was backwards compatible. But yeah, I mean, just picked up a lot of games there, and that's pretty much the bulk of what we got at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Didn't buy anything too crazy this year like I did last year when I bought the Castlevania X on Super Nintendo, but got to meet a couple of people I didn't get to meet last year, like Metal Jesus. Got to talk to John Hancock again. Definitely one of my favorite people ever, just the nicest person in the world. Got to meet Ben Heck again, talk to him again. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think. If any of you guys were also at Portland Retro Gaming Expo, let me know down below if you guys had fun and what your guys' experiences were. And I'll see you guys later.